What's going on, kids? How you doing? Hello. Hi. Cain was deified. God, it's been years since I've played this game. I'm looking forward to it. I've heard great things about the remaster, honestly. I really have. I'm hoping it holds up. I'm hoping they didn't bastardize the art direction too much. Hello, Heavy. Hey, Raiden, what's going on? It's rare to see you over here on YouTube. Twitch ads, what are those? Bye, Victus. AKA Gibbs Me Dat. MetaQuest, is that still a thing? Ugh. Now, the question is, should I play this with controller? I am used to playing this on controller. That is true. Hold on. Let me go ahead. Me. Eula. Ew. Let's go ahead and plug this in. Boy, I do love Eulas. They are my favorite. I do so love them very much. Also, hello from the box my toilet and shower are in, aka the shit closet. Well, greetings to your bathroom, I suppose. To your house. Almost banned Druid because the message looked like a bot message because of the emojis. No, there wasn't anywhere near enough misspellings and ampersands in there. God, they even kept the OG, Thank you, Heavy. I appreciate you. They even kept the OG, just basic bitch start menu, huh? Do they still... Hey, they still shift. Nice. Alright, I have not played this at all, so let's... Quit to launcher. Is there any kind of options under the bonus content? Lore of Nosgoth videos, Dark Chronicle credits. Back to launcher. There is no way to change the aspect ratio whatsoever. So I certainly hope it's fine. I'm hoping it's not stretched. But here we go.
Cain is deified. The clans tell tales of him. Few know the truth. He was mortal once, as were we all. However, his contempt for humanity drove him to create me and my brethren. I am Raziel, firstborn of his lieutenants. I stood with Cain and my brethren at the dawn of the Empire.
Oh my god, it looks so good.
I have served him a millennium. Over time, we became less human and more divine. Cain would enter the state of change and emerge with a new gift. Some years after the Master, our evolution would follow. Until I had the honor of surpassing my lord.
They did such a damn good job here. Holy shit.
For my transgression, I earned a new kind of reward. Agony.
Cast him in.
There was only one possible outcome. My eternal damnation. I, Raziel, was to suffer the fate of traitors and weaklings, to burn forever in the bowels of the Lake of the Dead.
Cast him in.
Tumbling, burning with white-hot fire, I plunged into the depths of the abyss. Unspeakable pain, relentless agony. Time ceased to exist. Only this torture and a deepening hatred of the hypocrisy that damned me to this hell. An eternity passed, and my torment receded, bringing me back from the precipice of madness. The descent had destroyed me,
And yet I lived.
I lived.
Raziel, you are worthy.
When I tell you I have every word of that intro memorized, I still do, and I played it all in my head.
I know you, Raziel. You are worthy.
What madness is this? What pitiful form is this that I have come to inhabit? Death would be a release
next to this travesty. Classic.
You did not survive the abyss, Raziel. I have only spared you from total dissolution.
He got jelly. That's a little bit beyond jelly.
The choice is not yours.
I am destroyed.
You are reborn. The birth of one of Cain's abominations traps the essence of life. It is this soul that animates the corpse you...
It's the hentai god. No. No.
And
The
that,
Elder's not the
Raziel,
hentai
is
god.
the demise of Nazgoth. There is no balance. The souls of the dead remain trapped. I cannot spin them in the wheel of fate. They cannot complete their destinies. Redeem yourself. Or if you prefer,
Avenge yourself.
settle your dispute with Cain. Destroy him and your brethren. Free their souls and let the wheel of fate churn again. Use your hatred to reave their souls. I
can make it possible.
Become my soul,
Soul
Reaver,
Reaver,
my angel of death.
I mean, when I tell you I have every single word of that intro memorized, I mean it. Okay, so apparently you're able to toggle. Action and grab bar, crouch, tab screen, left menu, shortcuts. Okay, so you're able to actually toggle. Okay, so this is what the OG actually looked like. Lee! Hello, Aylward. And this is what the update looks like. Oh no, the Elder God's totally trustworthy. There's absolutely nothing sketch about him. He is 100% trustable. Let me tell you, he definitely wouldn't devour us, you know, just to be able to absorb our power. No, of course not. So the OG has more of a Tim Burton-esque aesthetic to it. I noticed they kept the geometry pretty much one-to-one. They just touched up what was here and maybe added a little bit of motion, because I don't remember a lot of this motion in the walls here. That's actually really cool. I wonder if I can do that for the future cutscenes. The new one does not look bad. The new update does not look bad at all. The old one was definitely more stylized, definitely more like the angle on the eyes and all that stuff. New one, they added details where they thought they had to, but they didn't make it over detailed, and I appreciate the shit out of that. It's a classic for a reason, guys. I'd let him? No. Kindly don't. No, hold on. Why am I... I think the left trigger on this controller isn't just bad for that one game. Now it's fucking up here too. I think I might have a faulty controller. Ugh, that means I need to get a new one already. What's going on, Chaos? How's it going?
These gates twist space, laying a path across
Great spans. Of course, none of these are open yet. I forgot that they had so damn many of these. God damn, the fast travel in this game was extensive for its time. You are weak. You must feed.
You are weak. You must feed.
The old hunger has left me. I have no desire for blood.
You are changed. Your bloodthirst is replaced by a deeper need. You have become a devourer of souls. To sustain your strength, you must hunt the lost spirits of the underworld and consume the souls of your enemies.
I like that you can shift the graphics mid in-game cutscene. That's really neat. Is what you'll say next. Well, you see, it's like I was saying just a little bit ago. It's this is a game I played so much when I was a kid. I have the entire first act. I have just about every word memorized down to the mannerisms and the timings that they say it. What scabrous wretches are these? Whoop.
Your wings, though ruined, are not without purpose. Take hold of them as you leap, and they will carry you across this chasm.
Oh, Flame Reaver was in Soul Reaver 1. I remember that. We had Flame Reaver in 1.
What scabrous wretches are these?
Slua.
Slua, the scavengers of the underworld. Their feral hunger has claimed countless souls, spirits who now shall never find their rest.
Oh, they did actually a really good update on their model. They look actually a lot more intimidating now. Ah, I see. So this is to you what Peter Pan is to Pro ZD. Yeah, except I'm not, you know, never mind. We're not going to get into that. Get in my belly. No, Flame Reaver was in this one. You had to have Soul Reaver active, find an open fire pit, and then put your Soul Reaver over the open fire pit. And then it went back to normal Soul Reaver if you got damaged, of course. And then it made your telekinetic hits also light things on fire. I remember because it was one of my favorite upgrades.
These portals are your conduit between the spectral and material realms. With their aid, you may gather matter and will yourself to become manifest in the physical world.
I'm sorry, I'm going to keep doing this.
However, your
I'm not
strength
sorry at all.
must be fully restored. You require no conduit to return to this plane. You may abandon your physical body at any time.
Again, I have this memorized so much. I'm going to keep doing that. I just want to let you guys know it's not going to stop. Wait, what?
Sustain
They
your
have achievements?
strength to
Really?
prolong your manifestation in the physical world. If you fail to feed or absorb too many wounds, this fragile matter will dissolve.
That's the gate shift. Okay, so it's this way. I wonder what flavor of vape juice those guys taste like.
You are young yet Raziel. You still retain many of your vampiric weaknesses. Immersion in water, while not fatal, will dissolve your physical body, forcing your return to the spirit world. Be aware that in the spectral realm, water has neither heft nor lift. It stands as thin as air.
My left trigger is bugged to shit. I think I need a new controller already. That's sad. I like this controller.
What are these creatures?
Do you not recognize them? They are the children of your brother, Duma.
That's impossible.
Oh,
These
they look
foul
so
scarlet
different.
beasts could not be kin of our high blood.
Do you suppose that time stood still for you, Raziel? Much has changed since you passed from the world of men.
There we go.
I knew my opponent's weaknesses, having suffered them myself. Physical wounds are fleeting. Vampire's immortal flesh begins to close as soon as it is cleaved. Vampires need only fear those wounds that impale or inflame. Water scorches like acid, and fledglings are devastated by sunlight's touch. I would have to modify my tactics to suit my foes.
Try me. That's what I thought. Oh, it's hold to grab, right. Gonna take you over here, gonna drop you in the sun.
A creature's soul fades swiftly into the spectral realm. Draw it in quickly,
Gonna eat that.
Raziel,
Gonna
or
eat
you
that
will be
soul.
compelled to follow.
Mine now. Your turn. Gonna pick you up, gonna drop you in the water. Bip. Soul, gimme. Oh, they kept that bug in the game. Okay. Right. That was a bug that irritated me then too. Souls are supposed to, the way they programmed it, souls are supposed to go through
Your physical prowess
the
surpasses
wall,
what you
but it
knew
just
in
doesn't.
life. Even massive obstacles can be moved effortlessly.
Lisan al-Ghalib. No. R.I.P. Tony J. Such a distinct voice. It really is. Like, after playing this game, I heard his voice in everything I played that had him instantly. I was like, hey, wait a minute. I recognize that. He had such a good voice too, and he did a few documentaries as well that were really good.
My God!
My God.
The sanctuary of the clans reduced to ruin. Beyond these walls lay the pillars of Nosgoth, the seat of Kain's empire. How humble it now appeared, collapsing into the dust of its former magnificence. And yet, I had only just emerged. In the instant between my execution and resurrection, centuries had apparently passed.
They did touch-ups in all the right places.
This world is
Wrecked with cataclysms.
The earth strains to shrug off the pestilence of Kain's parasitic empire. The fate of this world was preordained in an instant by a solitary man. Unwilling to martyr himself to restore Nosgoth's balance, Kain condemned the world to the decay you see.
Oh, that's an adult.
In that moment, the unraveling began. Now it is nearly played out. Nosgoth teeters on the brink of collapse. Its fragile balance cannot hold.
Okay, that is an adult. I never understood why that only works once with a torch. You'd think that wouldn't burn out a torch, but whatever. Gonna get you, gonna eat you. That's why I preferred the spears, honestly. Even when I had Soul Reaver, I preferred spears. Oh, health upgrade. I'll need phasing for that. Recently found out he was the voice of Shere Khan in the animated Jungle Book movie, but I totally hear it. He was, wasn't he? Huh. He sort of carried himself differently there, though. Alright, it should be this way to the Lake of the Dead, or at least the top of it, at least. Sneaky, sneaky, sneaky. Sneaky, sneaky, sneaky. Sneaky, 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 sneaky. Gotcha! I don't know how it, turned you around, but whatever. That's the other reason why I love spears. You're just able to long-range snipe the bastards sometimes. I tell you, I'm good with most of this game. What trips me up every time is the cathedral. Whenever we get there, you'll see it, but that place trips me the fuck out. The cathedral back then and now gives me the heebly-jeeblies. Although that is apparently a universal opinion of everybody who's played this game, so, No arachnophobia required. The cathedral's just freaky as fuck. So I guess they kept the respawning enemies too. Neat. Yeah, that's with the Spidron. That is the cathedral. Wow, this place feels really small now.
This, at least, had remained
The
constant.
womb of my rebirth.
The endlessly swirling vortex of the abyss. My tomb and the womb of my rebirth. Though much of Nosgoth's landscape had changed, these cliffs gave me my bearings. My clan territory was to the west. I was anxious to see how my descendants had fared during the centuries of my absence.
One thing I never stopped clowning on my brother for was the fact that first time he played this game, he tried to jump that, and he instantly fell down. Fucking ate shit, landed right back in the chamber. Hilarious. Gotta high jump it, man. Oh, and for those of you guys who haven't played this game, like the Eldritch God was saying, you need to keep eating souls because your health gauge will slowly deplete over time, so you can't just take your time. You actually have to advance constantly. You can't just, you know, not. That will get you killed. Like they knew I was coming. So you gotta get around him, get the spear again. For some reason, it's not letting me sidestep the way I remembered I used to be able to. Oh, we trading up, baby. That one has my clan crest on it. I gotta take it. Gimme, gimme. Now, if I remember correctly, hold on, let me check something. Yeah, sneak face enemy. Yeah, it should just be that and then just tapping the direction, but apparently it's just not working for some reason. Don't know why. Oh well.
Utter desolation. My once proud kin wiped from this world like excrement
from a boot.
I knew the hand that wrought this deed.
Well, there it is. One. Two. In my belly. I don't know how I feel about them accentuating Raziel's little butt. Like before, he had no butt. There was no butt there. Now he's got a little butt. Like you could almost assume that there were tatters of pants on him, but now they're like, nope, that's an ass. Of course, it's not just the spears you can pick up. You can pick up stones in your environment and stuff like that and beam people in the face with them as well, but they're not effective as the spears. The spears are the most effective thing you can use, really. Well, for now at least. Later on that changes. Gimme. Nice try. You ganked me so many times when I was younger. Nom. Oof. Rough day for that guy. Get out of here. And into my stomach. I should really start tossing a few of them into the fire as well, huh? You know, just for funsies. I know where everything is, but I am going to obsessively look around because I want to see all the changes, honestly. Gimme. Bip. Wop. Yo, they got birds flying around now? Wild. Into my belly. Thank you. I know there's a human settlement around here somewhere I can go to, but I'm not too worried about that for now.
No! Please!
I didn't recognize these flayed racks of flesh. Their scent was vampiric. They gnawed upon their victim's carcass like dogs.
These are Malachayas, if I remember correctly. A little more aggressive than Duma, but not by much. Right, that's a human. Okay, so I haven't annoyed the hunters yet, at least. You can get on their bad side.
House bore the unmistakable marks of Melchiah's clan.
Malchia's
To what
clan.
depths had our dynasty plummeted if these ghouls were the descendants of my high-born brother? Were they so debased as to recruit fledglings from the desiccated corpses here interred?
So there is kind of a reputation system with the humans. If you kill or wound humans, then they will all turn hostile to you, which can be a pain in the ass later. So I tend to not aggro them and try and go the whole game without aggroing them. To moderate success in the past, at least. Place, or is it? Yeah. Whoop. Whoop.
My brother Melchiah was made last, and therefore received the poorest portion of Cain's gift. Although immortal, his soul could not sustain the flesh, which retained much of its previous human frailty. This weakness, it seemed, was passed on to his offspring. Their fragile skins barely contained the underlying decay.
Decay. Right, these are the tunnelers, huh? Belly. I think one of my favorite characters in the series, when you finally meet him, is Janos Aldron. I don't really remember names, except for a lot of the central cast members. And I remember the first game a lot better than any of the other ones. Ha ha ha, you're still dumb as ever. Stupid. Following me into sunlight. Dummies. Whoop. Is he a character in the second game? I honestly can't remember. It's zombie time. Ah, every time. I always whiff it at least once, don't I? Come here, you little bastard. Why are you running? Why are you running? These guys are so much easier to hunt down later. When you get new, you know what. They've got an interesting AI where they're not willing to fight if there's just one of them. Like, if there's just one of them, they fucking bolt. You're cornered, son! Or if they're cornered, they'll actually fight you. It's all really simple interaction stuff, but it's pretty effective, honestly. Again, for the time. I'm glad they didn't change some things fundamentally. I'm glad they just left it the same. Because when you start monkeying around with code and shit like that, then you risk changing the essence of a game, you know? It's another spiral there. I need to check something real quick. I know I keep doing this. Yeah, that's what I thought. And Slua have like a 2-minute respawn timer if I remember correctly. So it really doesn't pay to hang around and bother them unless you need that energy. They'll get tired of chasing you eventually. Sure as the sun will rise. And they can't jump very high. Ah, there's a dead end anyway, isn't it? Because I don't have that ability yet. He's mentioned in here, and Blood Omen 1 a good bit, but you meet him in 2. He's one of the, like, progenitor races to the vampires that was guarding the Soul Reaver, the human Raziel and Seraphan under William the Just hunted down. Yeah. He sounded familiar, but I'm less familiar with Soul Reaver 1 than I am with 2, or Soul Reaver 2 than I am with 1. So I honestly wasn't sure if that was the case. I'll admit when I don't know something. I am much more familiar with Soul Reaver 1 than 2 because 2 was on the PS2 and I had a PS1. So I played this one a lot. Didn't play the second one as much since I didn't own the console. I think my big sister did, and she let me play it every now and then, but I didn't really pick it up very often myself. There's no shifter on that side. What are you gonna do about it, ugly? I don't need a stick to beat you up. Get in that water. Give me your soul. The ones I've never played are Blood Omen 2 and Defiance. I want to say I played a little bit of the one on the PS2 where you play as Cain. Was that Blood Omen 2? I remember playing that one a little bit. This is gonna be a lot trickier without my... We'll manage. What? That was solid contact. That was solid contact, damn it. This is gonna be a real pain in the ass, isn't it? I'm not gonna waste my time with them. I don't think there's much of anything else in this room, honestly. I remember enjoying that game a lot. But again, I've only played it once, so I don't have as much of a memory. Is this the introduction of supers and wraiths? Yeah, because he's already got the eyes there. Right.
Where Raziel? These wraiths are vampire spirits fettered too long in the spectral realm. When their vampire natures adapt to this plane, they become eaters of souls. Do not allow these spirits to re-inhabit their corpses.
Come and get me, ugly. Yeah. The wraiths always freaked me out as a kid because, man, the super vampires they have the potential of creating, massive pain in the ass. Hated them. Those wall spikes are clearly a Dead by Daylight reference. Silence. Cease thy blasphemy. And I think once you do that, I remember the corpse burning once you did that, but maybe I'm remembering incorrectly. So this is something I always loved. Shifting over and watching the whole environment change with it is such a neat thing. Like walls extending, things distorting. I always thought that was really cool. Yeah, sole. Get in my face. Thank you. Trigger and X. Flip. Sliding block puzzles. When done well, they're great. When not done well, they're terrible. Here they're done well. Except a couple of places, but those aren't till much later. Yeah, we got a burrower down there. Oh, we also have a spear. But that spear is in the corpse of another vamp who will get up the second we grab it. Super vampire! Bip. Mine now. I couldn't remember if you could impale them without weakening them. If you got them with a surprise attack, you can. Again, no idea if they're actually called super vampires. That's just what I always called them. Where is the... Ah, right. Bip. 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 Wee. And then... Fuck? Can you not flip it this way? Do you have to go the other way? I think you have to go the other way. Oh well. least they didn't add yellow paint everywhere. Yeah, it would be years before they were willing to do that, and by the time it started happening, you just couldn't get rid of it, so... The fuck? I'd swear that was the... I'd swear that's the flip-up point. Is that not the flip-up point? It's not there. I'd swear that was the flip-up point. Hold on. Am I just misremembering this terribly? Foreknowledge of puzzles is a bad thing, I will say that. Definitely fuck this up. I'd swear you were supposed to flip it along the side there, but apparently not. Oh well, have to reset. Okay, so it works there. Oh, right, you have to take it down there and up the sides. Totally forgot that. Whoops. I forgot that you could flip these up entire, like, meters, and it wasn't just a edge height that you had to do it at. Bip. And here we encounter a Soul Reaver classic, spawning more enemies while you're doing the puzzle. It gets really bad in the cathedral. It gets really bad in the cathedral. Holy shit. Ugh. Yep, there he is. Of course, you can cheese them if you have a spear by just dodging towards them. That does a quick swipe that staggers them almost every time. Total cheese. No, Heavy, I do not like that. That is in fact one of my least favorite things to do. They don't do it often, but it got really bad in the cathedral puzzle when the spiders seemed to respawn every, like, minute, and you had a puzzle where you had to drag blocks all over the place. Total pain in the ass. Another wonderful little thing. Whatever weapon you're using, you can't bring it with you, so it just stays still when you shift over to the Spectral Realm. I honestly think that the Umbral Realm in Lords of the Fallen was heavily inspired by Soul Reaver. Because, like, shifting the world around, changing things, it being a world underneath the world, that was Soul Reaver, you know? Now that that's solved. So, if we get off of it, the scales will balance again. In the spectral realm, time stops. So, you stop time. You grab some lunch real quick because you can. Nom. Oop. I tell you, Eidos were on just such a hot streak back in the day. You gotta wonder what the fuck happened, you know what I mean? Sorry, I was just thinking about Deus Ex. Back from making and consuming Borgar? Nice, I'm gonna be making some Borgars tomorrow, on account of it being Memorial Day. So, since time stops when you're in the spectral realm, you tip the scale in the material realm, and you just kind of use that to your advantage and get across. Easy peasy. Yippee! Borgar! Yes. Borgars are always a time for yippee. Yeah, so I'm going to be making Borgars. I don't know if I'm going to do it on the grill or the cast iron yet, though. And then, significant other, she might make her, she makes kind of a waffle bun for them. They're really, really good. I would get traditional buns, but the waffle buns honestly just taste better. So that's the first symbol in. So this is one of the first ones where you actually have to get the symbols in the correct position. Which means you need basic spatial reasoning, which is something not a lot of people have. Hamburger. Yes, hamburger. Never occurred to me why that was a difficult puzzle to some kids my age back then, but apparently it was. You just needed to flip it a couple times, man. Some people just can't conceptualize 3D objects in their head, and it's never made any sense to me. This should be the central area of, Malachia's zone, right? More puzzle blocks. Yerp. And that's the climbing area right there. Okay. Now we should have the 2 blocks we need to climb up there. Alright. Boop. 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 I like the little, the spiral effect that they added to the health gauge. The light kind of spirals around it now, whereas before, it's a lot harder to notice. Now you can very clearly see the spirals. Going through the health gauge. I think that's a neat little effect that they added there. I like that. Boop. Wee. 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 Goodbye. Fetch me their souls. Thank you. I was getting a little peckish. Everyone knows the best Eidos game was Daikatana. Cease thy lies. How dare you? Man, this has got me feeling like I should play some other PS1 games. There's some real gems I think I should pick back up. Like Threads of Fate was a game I was thinking of recently. I fucking loved Threads of Fate. Threads of Fate, as far as I know, was one of the first games to do the A and B plot line incredibly well. Like, Threads of Fate did it so well. I kind of want to pick that game up and play it for you guys. Whoop. Gimme, gimme. Mine now. That's what I thought, stupid. Fucking dummy. I know you're asking yourself, well, how did you kill a vampire if you couldn't devour its soul? You didn't. You left them staked or you burned them to ash. That nice knife that you got? Yeah, that's staying in their stomach. You're never getting that back. Oh, is this the elevator to hell? There, that's right. This is the elevator to hell, isn't it? Whee! One thing I loved is that underneath Nosgoth, you had this massive evidence of industrial adaptation and shit like that, like the pipes, all this other shit. They never really explain it either. They're just like, oh yeah, massive organ pipes and steamworks and coal burning everything, all that kind of shit. Who built it? Oh. Could be Cain, could be the previous civilization. Deliberate vagueness really does the story a lot of good, I think. But Riz, I heard that Dark Souls invented deliberate vagueness. Yeah, some people think that. No idea why. Go this way to clear out this side. If I remember correctly, there's some over here too. No. It's a super vampire. Because of course it's a fucking super vampire. There's hunter up there though. See? So if you're friendly with the humans, they will literally worship you as a god. And the thing that determines them starting to worship you as a god is that first time you encounter one, if you decide not to hurt that hunter, they will from then on just like literally bow down and you can kind of sip their souls. Nope. But if you sip their souls too much, of course they die and then they're mad at you. The internals of the mechanism. There's one over there. Cranky. So Cain was the guy who got jealous of the wings you got, or are you Cain? So Cain was the vampiric progenitor. Cain was the guy on the throne who ripped my wings out. It wasn't just because he was jealous. It was because I adapted before he did. And that's a big no-no, because he is the progenitor of all vampires. He is Big Daddy Vamp, and he don't like it when one of his kids gets something that he doesn't have. I totally didn't kill everyone in the human settlement as a kid. That's fucked up, man. Why would you do that? They literally worship you as a god. Don't kill the humans. Humans are alright. Such a difference. Up we go. You see, Cain was deified. The clans tell tales of him, but few know the truth. He was mortal once, as were we all. I will quote this as much as I quote Little Runmo. I quote this game more often, and the astute listeners would know that I do it all the fucking time. What madness is this? I'm getting kind of hungry, which means it's almost time for a fight again. This is one of the ones you can't move, huh? Nope, we're not doing it that way. Well, yeah, but you don't find all that out until later. Much later. It is a shame that Amy Hennig will never get a chance to make the last game. I mean, you think about it, she was the heart and soul of this entire series. Without her, there's honestly not another one. Like, I talk about missing this game series all the time and how good it was, but it's one of those things I really hope they don't try and bring back, because honestly, at this point, you couldn't bring it back without her. And if you, it's like I was saying the other day, the second the creative directors, the second the people who write the story, who are the heart and soul of the original game series, leave a company, that game is effectively dead and gone. You cannot bring it back. Anything that exists after that point is a shambling corpse. It is an abomination that merely inhabits the body of what is left of your beloved franchise. So if you follow a game or a studio and their original creatives of the game left, guess what? That game's gone too. It may seem like it. It may seem like the same game, but it is not the same game. That is why, honestly, that's my theory as to why New Vegas is so loved, so beloved, because of the fact that New Vegas brought back a bunch of the creatives who worked on the original games, you know? And because it brought back a bunch of the creatives for those original games, that soul was recaptured. Like, body and soul were one again, but, you know, after that, we all know what happened. Without those original creatives, I honestly don't think you have much of a chance of getting those games back in any meaningful form. And it's sad, and it makes me sad. But it also means that you're kind of, once you have that knowledge, you're honestly kind of immune to the whole, oh my god, they're reviving blank series, because you're looking at it and you're like, no, they're not. They can't. Who's creative director? Oh, so it's not the OG? Yeah, they're not bringing it back. They're just trying to reanimate the corpse and pop it around for some cash. And sometimes, you know what? That reanimated corpse may be good. It may be fun, but it's not the original. And it won't be. Fallout 4, great gunplay. Terrible Fallout game. It's like that. Yeah, Stairway to Hell, all the way down. Right, and this is the way back up here. I think at the bottom there's another soul harvest point, and we should probably hit that, to be honest. Because my controller's starting to do the little vibraty thingy. See the lightning strikes running down Raziel's body? It means I'm almost dead. So I'm just gonna go ahead and shift over so I can fill my health. Honestly, the auto camera that they have on running these hallways is really, really good. You only notice if you try and fight it, and there's honestly no reason to fight it. They did a lot of good in areas I could not appreciate as a kid. Honestly, they did a fantastic job. Where's the... there it is. Whoop. This is why I called it the Stairway to Hell. As a kid, the subtle shift to red is always what made me think, oh, that's where we're going, okay. Here we go. Where are you, my dear brother? There you are.
Show yourself, creature.
Creature.
Do you not
recognize me, brother?
Am I so
changed?
Melchiah?
Melchiah?
Yes, brother. You should have stayed where the master sent you, Raziel. You will find Nosgoth less pleasant than you.
What has become of my clan? Answer me, little brother. or I will
Little
beat an
brother.
answer from your horrid lips.
Everyone is afraid, sibling. You awake to a world of fear. These times of change are so unsettling. Do you think I
feel no revulsion for this form. Do you believe for a moment that our Lord would risk his empire upon an upstart inheritance?
I think the new models really do well to improve the original.
What are you saying?
You are the last
to die. Okay, so Malachi is an interesting boss fight in that you have to... So his power is plane shift, and then you gotta... Where's the... Oh, there's a whole mechanism you need to start up, that's right. Do you have to shift over to... Yep, okay. His new model looks really good. His new model looks amazing. It really does. They did a great job of just enhancing the original instead of like changing it to something new. All right, that one flips low. So that little pause he does there is the key. Okay, now he's trapped.
Tell me, Melchiah, where can I find Cain?
The master is beyond your reach, Raziel. He makes himself known when he sees fit, not when commanded.
Am I reduced to this?
A ghoul of fratricide.
Elevated, Raziel, not
reduced.
Consuming Melchiah's soul has endowed you with a new gift. Insubstantial barriers such as these are no impediment to you in the spectral realm. Will yourself to pass through, and you shall.
And you shall. Oh, and if you had shifted into the... I probably should have showed it off. If you had shifted into the spectral realm during Malchia's fight, he's like... Because of his nature of being kind of decayed, he's half in and half out of the spectral realm. So occasionally he'll, if you walk too close of where he is in the real world, he'll just pop up and fuck you up. If I remember correctly, there was a way that you could actually soft lock yourself here and just be stuck here forever. But I think they changed it. Yeah, because now there's a portal right over there and there's the pull block. So soft locking yourself isn't as much of an issue.
Return to the sanctuary of the clans, Raziel. Melchiah's soul has endowed you with the means to gain entry. Beware, however. This hollow derelict is abandoned, but not uninhabited. These artifacts enhance your stamina, enabling you to prolong your material manifestation. Gather 5 to complete the emblem, and thereby augment your strength.
Collectibles! Whoop whoop! A lost art, baby. Not enough games do collectibles well anymore. No, you just gotta allocate your points. Why would you need to look for anything? Alright. I guess you've chosen the lazy way. Just going this way before I go through that other hatch there. Was this the area with the climbing thing, or... Yeah, this was the area with the climbing thing, wasn't it? You're not gonna get that until after I face off against a Spidron. Whee! Y'all a bunch of bitches! Bye! Better run, ugly. Is this one of the glyph zones? I think it is. I think this is one of the glyph zones, isn't it? You're supposed to be able to get a glyph here if I remember correctly. I just can't remember how. Cannot remember how though. Was this the force glyph, I think? Right, that's it. This is either the force or the fire one, I can't remember which. Boop. Bonk. And bam. There we go. Oh no, you don't need Soul Reaver for this, and Soul Reaver only gives you the sword. It doesn't actually give you the telekinesis. Telekinesis you get later. Or is it before? I can't remember which. First glyph, baby! This one should be either... This one's Force, I believe.
Once acquired, these glyphs empower you with elemental lore.
Elemental lore.
Each spell exacts a sacrifice of energy, however. Use them sparingly and wisely.
And wisely. I always thought the glyph system was kind of cool, even though I didn't use it very often. That's my lunch. Mine. You can't have it. If you fuck with me, I will literally eat you. I like how some of them just instinctively know this. They're like, I ain't messing with that. Oop. Whiffed it. Couldn't remember if there was anything else here to go collect with my new power or not. Oh well, I'm not too worried about it. Oh, yeah, I do need to be material to open that, don't I? Boop. Did I not open that one yet? I thought I did. Huh, I thought I opened the one at the pillars already. Apparently not. Okay. I am not a material girl, alright? But I am living in the material plane, so, you know, a little column A, a little column B. That is such a seamless transition, too. You don't really appreciate that when you're a kid because you're like, yeah, once you walk through, you're going to be in the other place. But that is such a seamless transition. Even back then, it was that seamless. You walk forward and you're instantly in the other place. Oh, was that just a pickup? Yeah, that's right. vaguely remember there being a pickup at the place where you first fight Duma's kin. Stabby stabby. Food. That means we're gonna have to cross back over on the Lake of the Dead though, which is always a pain in the dick from this side. Made it. Okay. Should be over this way, right? Honestly, surprised that rope bridge is still in one piece, considering. See what I mean about being able to cheese him with that frontal dodge? Got that cat napping. Stay over there, ugly. Boop. Okay. Back through here, I think there's another one too. Like, I'm talking all the way when you fight the very first one. I remember there being a collectible around there. Yeah, this room. Bingo! Man, haven't played this game in over 2 decades. Still remember where everything is, for the most part. Whee. You taking this, thank you. Oh shit, that was her name, wasn't it? I forgot that she was named Ariel. It's kind of funny now that I think about it. Whee! This is the right way, I believe. Get in my belly. No, get in my belly. Thank you. You wee prick. Here we go. yes, you can sneak up behind them and grab them if you don't have an actual weapon. Whee! The T-pose of phasing through gates. It's an inherent skill. I literally ate my brother's soul to learn it. It's important. However, there is a third option. Say you toss a coin enough times. Say one day, it lands on its edge. Yo, the absolute time fuckery that happens in this series is legendary. Sup, fucker? Oh, you're one of the ones with a big arm, huh? Think I won't carry you all the way over here just to throw you in. Think wrong. Give me your soul. Yoink. Got that gross tongue. Ugh. NGL, your friend just made me jump a little bit. Just the subtle shifting of the soundtrack between the material and spectral worlds is so good. God, there are some things I honestly couldn't appreciate as a kid. It does so much right. Very little wrong that can't be attributed to they were working with the hardware of the time, you know? Whereas nowadays, it's exactly the opposite. Developers have hardly any hardware limitations from what they can do, and they still somehow consistently fuck it up. Here we go. Cain. The sun has returned.
Raziel. Cain. The abyss has been unkind.
I am your creation.
Cain.
Now
as before.
You criticize your own work. What have you done with my clan, degenerate?
Degenerates?
You have no right.
What I have made, I can also destroy, child.
Damn you, Cain! You are
not God. This act of genocide is unconscionable.
Conscience? You dare to speak to me of conscience? Only when you have felt the full gravity of choice should you dare question my judgment.
God, it's so good.
Your lifespan is a flicker compared to the mass of doubt and regret that I have borne since Mortanius first turned me from the light. To know that the fate of the world hangs dependent on the advisedness of my every deed. Can you even begin to conceive what action you would take in my position?
I would choose
Integrity, Cain.
Look around you, Raziel. See what has become of our empire. Witness the end of an age. The clans scattered to the corners of Noskov. This place has outlasted its usefulness. As have you.
As have you. There it is.
Reaver. Cain's ancient
The
blade.
Soul Reaver.
Older than any of us and 1,000 times more deadly. The legends claimed that the blade was possessed and thrived by devouring the souls of its victims. For all our bravado, we knew what it meant when Cain drew the Soul Reaver in anger. It meant you were dead.
Damn it, not fast enough. I forgot they put a wraith in this room. Wait, what? Wait, what? I jumped over him? I didn't even know you could do that. Here we go. In full context, this moment hits so much harder. The blade is vanquished.
So it unfolds.
So it unfolds.
And we are a step closer to our destinies. I saw a glimpse of satisfaction in Cain's eye. The Soul Reaver was destroyed. I did not understand the game that Cain was playing, but I knew the finishing move.
From this moment and ever afterward, you and this blade are inextricably bound. Soul Reaver
and Reaver of Souls.
Your destinies are intertwined. By destroying the sword, you have liberated it from its corporeal prison and restored it to its true form, a wraith blade.
A
its
wraith
energy
blade.
Unbound. No longer a physical blade, it can only manifest itself in the material realm when your strength is fully restored. Once manifest, it will sustain you.
You done fucked up, Ron.
What are you, little soul? Another of Cain's creatures come to taunt this bound spectre.
I did not intend to disturb your rest.
Rest. A body is needed for sleep. Flesh and bones are required to recline. No, child. All I may do is watch and remember, ceaselessly conscious as this wretched world's history unfurls. Ghastly past, insufferable future. Are they one and the same? Am I always here?
How have you come to haunt these pillars?
Cain refused the sacrifice. The pillar of balance, corrupted to its core, stands as a monument to his blind ambition. Now these pillars serve only to bind me here, my prison and eternal home, thanks to the avarice of your master, Cain.
That bastard can claim no
That
allegiance from me.
bastard can claim
Then
no
we share a
allegiance
common
from me.
foe, Raziel. Return here when you have need. Ariel remembers what others have forgotten. Far in the eastern mountains, a stifled titan stands in mute surrender, unwilling host to a parasitic swarm.
I don't want to go to the cathedral. I don't want to go to the cathedral. That's a big I don't want from me. Should definitely save though. Haven't saved this whole time. Should definitely save. Alright, folks. That's Act 1 of Soul Reaver. And it is after 10. I'm going to try and actually go to sleep on time tonight. I appreciate you guys coming out and spending some time with me. I will be playing some more Soul Reaver. I can't tell you when, but I absolutely will. Is there a Xenohort somewhere? No. That was nice. Oh, I love these old games. I plan on picking up a couple of them to try and play for you guys at some point, because I'd like to play them on the original console, but we'll see, because a lot of the ones I want to play don't have a remaster. Not would, but will, huh? Alright, Chaos. Alright, folks. I appreciate you spending some time with me, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Bye for now.